talk a little bit about boxing last night because there was I've been slowly trying to say, come on George, come on over and look at some of this, come get some son. Go get some. But I tell you who got some, and they got probably a little bit more than they bargained for, was Zab Judah last night when he faced off with Amir Khan. Okay, he does. He does. George is actually whispering that because over the years he's learned this. There's some things that he probably doesn't want to say in front of the camera.
If that mic was off, I'd have said it.
Right. Now, Zab Judah talks a big game. And Zab Judah, obviously, going in his fight, I think he had lost 6 or 7 bouts. He always fights good opponents. I will give Zab Judah that much credit. Unlike Amir Khan, who hadn't faced anybody that was super high quality, so that was some of the things where a lot of people and his critics were doubting him. He went into this fight only having one loss, and that was to Prescott years ago. Basically came in there, I think he came in with 26 victories and like 18 by knockout. He was the 5-1 favorite going into this fight. I don't think a lot of people knew that or realized that that Khan was the 5-1 favorite. And I tell you what, he did exactly what Vegas thought he was going to do, and he beat the shit out of Zab Judah for 5 rounds until he ended it with a nasty body blow.
How much do you think Judah got paid to get his ass whipped?
How much did Judah get paid to get his ass?
$500,000.
500,000? I would have got my ass fucked up for 500,000.
And guess how much Khan was scheduled to make?
How much was Khan?
A little bit.
Khan!
A little bit over $1 million. Yeah, Kevin showed that to me, and I just sat there and went, okay. William Shatner's not my favorite actor.
Star Trek. Oh, he got how much?
$1 million. A little bit over $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Zab Judah is, I had to say, I think he's on the decline of his career. Amir Khan is definitely on the upswing. This guy is fast. He is much quicker than I thought. He's got a lot of decent power. He goes on the offense quick, and I think he just overwhelms Zab Judah. I don't think Zab Judah thought that he would start out this fast and that he would continue to come at him like he did.
Now, with all that said, and I'm cutting you off because let's get to the point of this.
Okay.
Amir Khan has obviously solidified himself at $140.
Right.
There's 2 other guys who, I would say are a little bit bigger profile guys who can fight at 140.
Okay.
With Amir Khan destroying Zab Judah, where does this put him in a chance to fight either Mayweather or Pacquiao?
How it'll work out is this. Amir Khan in December will fight another bout at 140. Okay. He's got another piece of the belt at 140. He'll be the man at 140. You got Pacquiao and Mayweather, the 2 studs, sitting at 147. Probably sometime in the spring, he'll debut at 147. Probably have to take a bout, and then maybe potentially have a big money bout against one of those guys if those 2 can finally get together. But there's a lot of ifs involved because now Mayweather's got a challenge, and then Pacquiao's got a challenge, both by, which we should know the results of that by years in. You got to have both of them win, okay? And then you got to say, okay, are they not going to put together a super fight? Now if they both win, and even if they didn't win, but if they both win, from Amir Khan's perspective, they both have to win, and then say, okay, and that fight between Pacquiao and Mayweather cannot materialize for him to possibly get a shot with one of them, and he'd be another fight leading up to that big super fight, which who knows if and when it will ever happen.
If Mayweather loses and Pacquiao loses, do they still go to fight each other next, or do they have to have rematches against the people they just lost to? See, I don't understand how boxing works. This shit doesn't make any sense. To me, if it's about money, I don't give a shit if Mayweather has 37 losses and Pacquiao has 150 losses. I'd rather watch those 2 fight each other than them fight anyone else.
But
so if they both lose their next fight, what happens? Does that just totally fuck up everything?
Well, there's a clause in Mayweather's contract with
Ortiz.
Yes. So they would probably have a rematch. Now, say for example, Mayweather did lose, and he has that rematch clause in it, and they go and schedule another fight, and Pacquiao wins, then that's a perfect opportunity for Khan to step in and fight Pacquiao, But, I mean, there's so many different ways it can play out. I think, I like this kid, Amir Khan. I was impressed as shit by him. It's one of the guys that I said, there's some good fighters out there making their way up. And the thing is, they got to be exciting fighters. People are like, oh, boxing. I don't want to hear that shit. Because I tell you what, when guys are excited and people are like, but it's a sport and science, that's fine. But to the mainstream public, people who are paying for entertainment, they want to see something. And if you look back the last 30 years, the fighter that entertained everybody and drove everybody crazy was fucking when Mike Tyson was knocking motherfuckers out when he was 19 years old. This motherfucker had a video game called Mike Tyson's Punch-Out when he was 19 fucking years old, and nobody played video games back then. That's how much people were drawn and excited about his performance in the ring. That's the kind of fighters we need to get everybody interested in boxing again. Anyway, we're going to move out of boxing and we're going to